Hey, my name is shawnshawn. I sell art on shawnshawn.co. Today we're going to react to a drawing artist called Marcello Barenghi. Sounds like Ferengi. I wonder if he's related to Star Trek or what. I think he probably got his Ferengi from this name Barenghi, but let's check this guy out. So on his YouTube channel, he has kind of a picture of himself, how to draw. He has a new video every Thursday, so that's really smart. And he has Get My Tutorials. He has his Patreon account, so you know you can get more if you do the Patreon account. So obviously that's probably more in detail, probably a slower pace, I'm guessing. And these are probably going to be time-lapsed. He has the social media links here. That's pretty good as well. He has 2.67 million subscribers, so a lot of subscribers. So right at the top, he has one of his drawings right off the bat, so that's pretty strong as an intro video. He has his popular uploads first, which I think is the best way to load it. I do that myself, have your most popular first. Then he has some of his latest drawings, so then obviously your feed, so that's really good. And then he has his top list. I think this is his favorite drawing that he thinks is really cool. He has All About Me, so I guess he has on Italian TV, so he's been interviewed before. Maybe I should select that as a video. I don't know. I'll leave that. So he has drawing characters, which is good. Oil painting, so he does oil painting as well. That's really good. So he's a painter as well, which makes sense. I mean, he has money drawings, and then he has all his playlists here. So quite a lot of few playlists, and he has some friends at the bottom. So a really nice homepage. I think the way it laid out is pretty smart. So this first video is called Top Drawing versus Reality, Volume 2. What seems more real to you? So let's see how this looks. Let's hit play. So it's interesting. He's got his logo at the top, which is nice, so you know who it is. He's done kind of this. He's got this clear stencil on top, and then he's using the air gun. So it's not really a drawing per se. It's mixed media, but you know it's going to be a cool drawing, I bet. So technically he could have done that shadow with, you know, sketch it in, but it's easier, I think, with a spray gun. So let's keep going. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Whoa, this is really good. Okay, let's keep in the beginning. That's crazy good. Jesus Christ. And it's cool, he brings in the gifts so you see where he drew it from. So he's drawing from life. Really, really amazing video. Let's see if he goes. Oh, he's going to do another one. So again, he's painting in there, so it's not really technically a drawing, but he could have drawn that yellow as well. But it's interesting, he's going to sketch it out with this clear plastic so he can kind of do that trick again. Let's see how it goes. I like too the music. It's kind of like Italian, so it's kind of a good reference point that he's actually from Italy. These bananas are very ripe. It's really amazing. He has several other videos in here. I'm going to skip ahead to the next video. Really, really amazing stuff. This one is called Drawing a Cell Phone. 20 years old, but it still works. Famous no gift. So again, he's painting and drawing, so that's fine. He could draw that as well, but I guess it's just easier in painting. think it would be really cool if he had added his face at the beginning, be like, hey, this is Marcello Barenghi, I'm from Italy, blah, 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 wherever he's from. Today we're going to paint a cell phone. That would be, I think, a little cooler just to add that in front. If you're doing this for TikTok, it's fine. You just kind of like snapshot it in there, really quick pace. But it would be nice if you had a headshot in there. I do like the music that goes on with this. Crazy is getting the details of kind of like that indentation of the sound, as well as kind of all grimy and dirt kicked in there and all that kind of rough texture, because he had a really nice surface going on, like a brand new phone look, but now he's kind of aging it, so it's really good as well. I think that's going to turn out really well. Let's skip to the next video. This is called Darth Vader Star Wars Drawing Number 1. I like the music, it's cool right now. This is like pure drawing this time. It's funny because it's really fun music, but it doesn't really go with Darth Vader per se, but it's kind of a fun choice of music. So again, he's filling in with watercolor. He could do this, he could sketch this in with charcoal or something and stay within pencil if he traditionally wanted to, but it's fine to paint this way. It's just only the purists to be like, it's not a drawing, it's a watercolor, it's mixed media. You're like, who cares, dude? It's awesome. It's interesting, here is an earlier version and he's not covering up the shadow. So in his later ones, you saw they put the plastic on there to get the real shadow and then keep the figure really stellar, so it's really good. Ahead a little bit so we can see the kind of closer to the middle. It's interesting, he's putting blue in there. I wouldn't expect any blue at all in Darth Vader. If he was next to something that's blue, it makes sense, but he has blue on the top, and it does have a little bit of that kind of adds a little more interest versus the gray and black. Pure, kind of painting. He has a little bit of blue on top. He has a touch of yellow in there, shining here and there. So it kind of adds a lot of interest with the color, just a little bit in there. And that could just be from the lighting. So it's just kind of a color thing. So that's really interesting. He adds that to a black and white. So I'm going to skip to the end here, so we didn't see the end of the other one. So really, really good quality drawing. So now we'll go to his website, so let's take a quick look at that. So he has the Marcello Barenghi at the top, right? And he has a picture of him looking all super badass. So his page is all about selling this course about how to improve your art, so that's pretty interesting. So he's establishing his authority as an artist. He's obviously done with all his YouTube videos. You're like, dude, this guy's a stellar artist. But he's actually training people. And the more you teach, the better you can sell to your audience. So it's a really smart thing to do. So in his shop, he has tutorials, art prints. So let's look at that. I'm assuming these free tutorials go to YouTube. I'm not sure, but it's kind of a bold in your face homepage there. It's just like him, get my free tutorials. I'm going to teach you how to draw. You know, it's kind of a cool thing versus I'm going to try to sell you art, you know, so it's interesting. Because I'm sure he sells his own art as well. So I think this takes you back. Oh no, it's, what is this? So this is on his webpage. Oh, this is Deviant. This goes to a Deviant Art. So I guess he's listing his prints through Deviant Art. So, okay. I was a little confused. I'm like, what the heck is this going to? So that's that. He has a portfolio. He has paintings. Let's look at this. He has his own book, but he definitely has an iPad and iPhone thing. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's taking forever to load. I don't know why. So he has kind of this nice Instagram look. So this is pretty smart. He's got the bananas, which I reviewed a little bit. He's got this Iron Man. Let's just open this up, see how this looks. So they're off Pinterest. So that's pretty smart. Pinterest used to be very good. I mean, it's still pretty strong, especially for female interest. If you have if your artist leans towards a female audience, it's really strong for Pinterest. Versus say an Instagram might be a little bit more male. Mine skews a lot more male, so I don't use Pinterest as much. I am on Pinterest, but so this shows his video about that. He explains how his Patreon works. So he's probably gonna have all the in-depth how to learn from him. He's got the School of Art with this link. Let's see. He has his education, which is a very European thing to put your education. No one in the States really cares about your education. If you go into galleries, sometimes they do. They're like, he's an MFA and he had a BFA and da 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 da. And you're like, dude, if you learn how to draw, you learn how to draw. It doesn't matter. But you know that the classical academic, you can learn a lot in school. He has some exhibitions. He's got his tools. He's got an archive of his old art going back. Sorry. I don't know if I'd have all my old art in there if I've sold it all the way through, because you just really want to sell your new art and maybe your course. Let me see. Does he have his book here? Tutorials, art. Let's see if on his tutorials. Maybe his tutorial shows something here. I'm just curious how his thing is. So he has a School of Art on Patreon, so I guess he's pushing everyone there. But I think it's a pretty solid webpage. He's an Italian artist, illustrator, and YouTuber, so it's pretty strong. And he's just really serious, like, I'm a tough guy, you know. I'm not the wimpy drawer, I'm a tough guy. I draw, though. I like that look. It's pretty funny. Does he have an about page? Let's see what his about page looks like. I'm just curious. 69. So he's almost the same age as me, just a little bit older. Grew up in Milan, has high school years. Oh, Iron Maiden. I remember that kind of stuff. So he did airbrush. It's pretty thorough, kind of like his common things, how he got there. And then he's a hyper-realist, which you can definitely tell from his artwork and his drawing. It's really, really realistic. It's like really stunning. And, you know, it's always really hard to get to that level. At some point, it's like kind of why you do it. But then if you can do it really well, then it does look super cool. But I always like to think, is there a special meaning besides art, besides just copying straight from a photo? So, but I mean, he's obviously super talented. So you'll learn a lot if you want to learn how to draw and paint from this guy, I'm sure. So yeah, I recommend it. That's my reaction to Marcello Barenghi. And if you guys want to subscribe, you can subscribe below. And I'll see you in the next Artist React video.